ladies, gentlemen, however else you may identify out there, welcome back. I am the Watcher, and I got another one of those perfect comics for you this week. I'm not even joking. It's another one of those exactly what you want from a comic, just goofy, entertaining, and a little silly, a little like self-aware silly. Not in the stupid, I'm going to constantly break the fourth wall way. And you know, I really don't care for fourth wall jokes. Yeah, that's right. This week, we're doing Team America. This is number 6 in the run, the midway point, and I gotta tell you, it made me really sad knowing how this comic ends. Because we could have had more gems like this. I can't really think of too many trigger warnings for this episode. Maybe like strained family relations, strained romantic relations. There's nothing really bad in it. You know, this isn't The Spirit. This isn't a Christian comic. They're not gonna say some bull crap. At least not that I remember. I apologize ahead of time for any bullcrap I may have forgotten while reading this issue. Now, of course, if any of that is too much for you, I'd like to invite you back next week when I'm going to be doing The Gift by Chick Publication. This is number 8 in their Crusader line, and I mean, just look at that cover art. You got the little baby, you got the twacked out looking guy. You know whatever's in there is going to be hilariously great, really preachy, and it's probably going to like reference this image for like 2 or 3 pages. It's going to be Primal Man all over again. Look, I bet right now, Primal Man. But there'll be plenty of time for that next week. Today, let's get to Team America, because I really want to show you what's in there. Okay, so welcome to the main segment. Now, I would like to get started by saying this comic is probably in the worst condition of any of the comics I've done on the channel so far. Definitely of any of the Team America comics. You're going to see a lot of stains, you're going to see a lot of dirt, you're going to see tears and wrinkles, and a few other surprises. Now, if I've learned anything dealing with these, it's do not try to clean it, because it'll just ruin it more. Now, as for the cover art, I really love this cover art for this week's issue. I mean, it looks great, it's compelling, it's colorful, a lot of different tones of red, starring R.U. Reedy in searing solo action. I mean, the other guys are even blacked out on the cover. One thing that stood out to me, though, right away again, was the engine. It has like a honeycomb-looking thing on it. I guess that's supposed to be the head for the engine. It's got 2 pipes going into it. The foot pegs are just a bar across the bottom. I mean, the bike is really, I mean, it looks cool, but when you think of this bike realistically, it's really twisted. This kind of reminds me of that big chest Captain America meme where they used the picture of the guy flexing. So it looked really weird. I imagine there's something like that, like they had a wheelie and they're like, oh, I want to change the direction the wheel goes or something in this photo. Now, as for the back, you have a really cool looking Lego ad, which, I don't know. A bunch of red stains on here. I'll make an expert out of you. Expert Builder Series. That kid does not actually look very high. He's like, yep, just stare at this thing. They didn't let me build it or actually play with it. So, now, as for damage of the book, it's not connected. And what's funny is it's actually double stapled. And these both look like the same staple. So I'm imagining the original staples came out. So I'm just going to separate these guys out. You know, the back of it is Captain Prize. And then you have another Cracker Jacks, the poncho again. Still can't get the Yankees. It's funny to see them run that ad again. Okay, so Team America, Dead Water. You start out, they're all racing. Reedy's taking the lead. I thought we agreed to all come in together. What's he trying to prove? At one time, Winthrop Ronan Jr., so I guess that's his name, hadn't felt he had to prove anything. His father's money bought respect. But after he squandered millions, his father had disowned him and thrown him out. So right away, getting quite a different backstory than what we heard for him before. He had sworn to pay his father every penny, he races to earn money. So, yeah, you know he was trying to pay his father back, but it didn't give that he squandered millions thing before. I also love that it's like, yeah, you're trying to, but you're still kind of just being a bum doing races. Like you could start a business. But his need to win goes far deeper. Later. Reedy, we were supposed to finish together. I know, Honcho. I just got carried away. The way you ride, you just might be one day. So I'm a little reckless. So what? As long as we get paid. Bah. Your obsession makes me sick, hombre. For once, Wolf, I'm not putting my share into the Repay Papa Fund. I'm gonna take the dough. And see an old girlfriend, and he's in real Cajun cuisine country. And there's skiffs for rent, quiet backwater little burg, hardly the lap of luxury. Maybe that's why I liked it. It was so different from the place I was raised. He thanks to himself a lot in this one. Yeah, that's why I liked Evelyn Bard's too. She liked me spite of my dad's money, not because of it. Wonder why, now that I look back on it. I can't see how the old me could have impressed anybody. Hello, Mr. Bard? Is Evelyn home? Who? Why, I know you. You're that rich feller Ev used to go out with, and, not very convincing Cajun or Southern accents. They have just kind of like, yeah, that's what country people sound like, I guess we'll make them sound like that. So then the mom comes in, Where's Evelyn, son? Have you seen her? Why, no, Miss Bard. Is she missing? You'd better come in, son. Mystified, Reedy enters the Bard home. And I really like how they did the house. It has that old floor, which I guess was current at the time. Soon after you guys broke up, Evelyn took a job at the college as a... What was she, Mother? A microbiologist, Dad. She was always interested in the environment, saying nature and such. Well, a few days ago, she got word of some sort of chemical spill at Lemort Bayou. She went to check it out. Reedy, Miss Eve ain't been back since. Miss Bard, Evelyn's a big girl, but if you're worried... And these people don't seem very smart. It's like, it sounds like you know where she went, and you're just, like, a random person shows up you haven't seen in years, and you just assume he knows. And they have a little cliffhanger, and there's this ad, you know, more ads. I really like the penny pincher. This free money thing, was kind of funny. It's just fake money, though. Pay for the shipping. There's this weird lifesaver game. Now, I thought they drew these. Or that someone had drew those in there. And, no, you pick, I guess, 3 of these shooters, and you follow the line, and you add up the points, and you win. I gotta tell you, there's like only 3 that you could get in any order to fail. It's a pretty easy one to win. It just kind of seems like a waste of a page. You could just put, lifesavers on there. I was gonna say, I don't know what kid would have done that, but I mean, I guess I did it. I'll just ride over to Lemort Bayou and see if I can find her. I love how he's always saying stuff as he's driving off, like they don't hear you. The guy's just shaking his fist for some reason. Bless you, son. Bless you. You got these random-looking rednecks here. Back beyond Alusa is the Bayou country. A vast, swampy expanse, where the inhabitants, descendants of French and Indians, and African slaves, speak a language all their own. So they knew that, but they still made them sound how they made them sound. I wish I could speak Creole like Evelyn, but hopefully I'll get by anyway. I'm looking for a young woman from college. I saw her. When? Where? A couple days ago, she asked about the company. The Sweetwater Chemical Company? Oh, on Lemort Bayou. Looks like this town's one and only industry. And a prime suspect in the chemical spill. And he just veers off. Funny, the way those Cajuns at the gas station looked at me. Scared almost. Almost as if they feared I'd find something they wanted to hide. And then they start pulling up in a truck. He's like, huh? A pickup signaling to me with headlights? So I guess they forgot to color that. Behind the wheel, 3 of the gents from the gas station? Maybe they forgot to tell me something about Evelyn. Who uses gents in America? This guy sucks. He had a shotgun. Reedy just pulls up to him. really poorly drawn shotgun. It literally looks like two tubes attached to a 2x4. You can see some more of the stains and whatnot on the pages here too. Putting himself in the perfect position to be gunned down. A shotgun? They're trying to shoot me. And he's like, hey, he grabbed my gun. Vroom. I snatched that Joker's pop gun. But now it looks like they're intended to run me down. I love how he just has the gun like awkwardly crossed under his arm there. He moved so fast we missed him. That kind of clumsy attack may work in the movies, but not on this boy, fellas. Not on this bike. And just like imagine trying to like drive a bike and maneuver away from a truck while holding a shotgun like that. Oh look, they miscolored the barrel blue. That's funny. The coloring seems like really lazy in this one compared to like you got a lot of ones like this where just the entire subject is one color. They're coming back for another pass. Let's see how far they get with their tires blown out. Boom! So he shoots the tire with a shotgun and they just go over the edge. Rather than stop and surrender, Reedy's attackers attempt to flee. The pickup skids out of control, crashing through the railing. And they crash into this gross looking water. Swell, now I gotta go fish my would-be murderers out of the bayou. And again, you can see his bike, like the engine just looks fucking weird. It's like a honeycomb. It looks like that thing in Honey. You know, the little dipping wand thing. So you got this guy here. But before Reedy can drive in to save the attackers, Mister, help me! It's already got the others! Don't let it get me! And the slime starts going for him. Please! As if it were alive, Le Mort Bayou heaves and engulfs the screaming Cajun. In seconds he is gone, and the rolling water is again at rest. Gone, swallowed, dissolved. That's the fate they meant for me. Disturbed deep down in his soul, and fired by fear that he might be too late to save Evelyn Bard, are you ready? Races to arrive in Le Mort Bayou, before the sun sinks below the clouds. A vacant motel? Well, this is hardly a tourist spot, but there's a light on the office. You know, I'm starting to wonder why he wanted to visit her in the first place. Spoilers, it doesn't really say. I'm just going to assume to get some ass. Excuse me. I wonder if you've seen Evelyn? Reedy, here! Come in, shut the door, quickly. It's almost nightfall. So she's just in the office for some reason. Huh, I don't, and the dog runs off. Arf, arf! Melody, come back here! And look, you have these really dirty fingerprints right here. And alls I could think is some kid with like a muddy claw came up when someone was reading this, like from behind and just like this, and tried ripping it away from him, and that's how it got messed up. I don't know. This is what I was talking about, though. If I tried erasing that or taking it out, it would just ruin it. It would take the ink away with it. Don't worry about your pet pooch, Ev. I'll bring her back. Reedy, no, don't go out there. It's almost dark. Indeed it is, and through the darkness, Reedy sees that Le Mort Bayou has overflowed its banks. The road by which he entered is wet and moving. Yip! Dog yips like Archie. For a moment, the dog stands rooted with fear. And then she stands no more. Oh, God. Gone, swallowed, dissolved by the brackish black tide. Yeah, I'm sorry I forgot. Death of Animals is in here. God damn. Oh, that's horrible, dude. I see a dog freaking... Lord, just like the three who shot at me on the highway, Evelyn. She's just like fainted now. I guess she's not wearing a bra either, because those things are just hanging out. She passed out. I better get her inside the motel. I know these guys use porn for their reference a lot, though, so that's probably why she looks like that. Her head is, too. Like, it's just like, they drew her neck straight, and they're like, oh, wait, it just snapped. It looks like a Barbie got its head ripped off. Soon, when Evelyn has recovered her senses, it started with a chemical spill. I was sent to inspect whatever they dumped into Le Mort Bayou interacted with the swamp waters. To create some living, consuming horror? I can't believe it. It's like some old grade B sci-fi movie. This is no movie, Reedy. Le Mort Bayou is alive and hungry. By day, it stays within the banks, but by night, it overflows them and begins to crawl. We've got to get out of here. I tried, but my car was taken by the bayou. Eats metal too, huh? Well, we can't wait here for it to get hungry enough to swallow the whole motel. Come on, Eve. She jumps on the motorcycle. I'm betting no hungry water is as fast as Team America cycle. Brave words. But as they pass over the seething swamp, La Morte Bayou begins to move. I'm starting to wonder if that's a real bayou. I'm going to look it up right now and post if it is. Cripes, it acts like it knows we're here. I guess he just somehow jumped over there. I told you it's alive. Yeah, but he didn't say it was intelligent. Reedy, it's coming after us. It is a harrowing ride. Across unlit back roads, a slithering stalker ever on their trail. I'm lost. Any ideas where we are? Near the Sweetwater Chemical Company. I don't know what she's doing there. She looks like she's about to start singing. And then you have this epic comics are coming. And it honestly looks pretty stupid. Looks like leftover ideas for X-Men mixed with D&D. I mean, like, look at that sword axe thing he has. You just drew stuff to draw stuff there. There's like not even a background. Free full color Marvel poster, and this is actually a pretty cool looking poster. Same Bubble Yum ad we've gotten before. So then here you are at the Sweetwater Chemical Company. Strange how La Morte Bayou doesn't seem to have followed us here. Yeah, especially since this is where it originated. What do you say we complete our research into the pollution of La Morte Bayou by going to the source? Funny, there's no guards. Not so funny. The bayou is all the security they need. You mean? Come here, Reedy. See for yourself. And that's right. You got scary-looking foreigners. It's, you got emo cocaine guy. Dude with a fez. You got two different kind of turban-y guys. You got what looks like a cop. What looks like some sort of a coke dealer. What I'm assuming is a Black Panther member, some guy from Street Fighter. The time has come, Mr. Gutman, to show us what it is we have purchased with our hard-earned money. With the money you made through blackmail and terrorism, you mean? But I am not a man to criticize a man for how he earns his daily bread. No, sir. Not I, Herbert Gutman. Who's the Gutman guy, Eve? President of the Sweetwater Chemical, Reedy. I gotta learn why he's dealing with international terrorists. Money is my weakness, sir. My love. In quest of it, I engaged in chemical research and discovered the slime. Explain yourself, fat man. Well, see, I was watching The Blob, or was it The Stuff? Either way, I thought that was pretty cool. Most assuredly, sir. You see, man's concern for his environment has led him to search for an ecological sound means of dealing with oil spills. Something we still deal with today. So I invented a scrubber, an organic amoeboid, entirely artificial life form that I hoped would thrive on oil. Interestingly enough, though, it did consume oil. It seemed to thrive on everything else. I soon discovered, via electric probing, I could in turn direct my slime to consume whatever I wished. Ew, what's that disturbance outside? It's like, Evelyn! Somehow she got caught and he didn't. Yeah, I guess there are guards there. A snoop, Mr. Gutman. We caught her trying to call Ulsa, and man, she has big boobs. Like, that is like all you see of her coming in every scene. Ah, Miss Bard from the College Ecology Lab. What are you going to do with your slime, Gutman? Sell it to these gentlemen, my dear. After I've demonstrated how effectively it is at eating up problems, by turning it loose on the town of Ulsa. Feed her to the bayou, boys. And they're like, come on, lady, we're not yellow anymore. Ah, that sounded horrible, bro. It's all the staples. So here they are. They're going to throw Evelyn in the bayou. A lot of expletive in this one. Quit wiggling, lady. You're only prolonging the inevitable. You can't do this. It's murder. Slime's got to be fed. Yeah, it's got an appetite. And then Reedy just rides through him on a motorcycle. I guess she's fine. She don't look fine. She looks like she got hit by a car. Yeah, well, I guess a motorcycle. Then how about if you boys find some other way to satisfy it? The lady's not for eating. At least not like that. Who in blazes? Reedy, you ran me over with a fucking motorcycle. The guy rides like a maniac. Let go of the girl, run. You guys already let go of her. Are you crazy? She's our insurance policy. He won't hurt me. Not while I have a hold of her. It's like, blast it, he's right. So I'll forget him for the moment and go for the guy with the gun. He's just like, pow, pow, pow. I don't know what he's shooting at. I missed you with every shot. How? Nobody could ride like that. So call me nobody. And get out of my way. You know, well, part of the issue, bro, is you actually have to look at what you want to hit. Keep away from me, hotshot. Come any closer and I'll chuck this little lady into Lamort Bayou. No, you won't, friend. You've blown your bluff. Evelyn gets fed to the slime, you follow. Your only chance avoiding a horrible death and settling for a nice, cozy prison sentence is to let her go. Ah! And he runs him over. I'm just going to assume he goes in the bayou and dies. It doesn't show. That's what's behind him. He's on the edge of it. That's a good boy. Now you're listening to reason. The last goon down, Reedy rescues his damsel in distress. He just grabs her and jerks her onto the motorcycle. Holds her under his arm like that shotgun earlier. She'd be dragging on the ground, by the way. But the ground is soaked with slime. Evelyn's added weight unbalances the cycle. Yeah, when you're holding a human like that. We're going into a skid, Eve. Can't avoid a collision. Our only chance is to go loose. Roll with it. Nevertheless, they strike the company wall hard. Boom! Yeah, I would just, they're out. Especially Evelyn. She's just gotten fucked up. And falls unconscious. Below them, the frothing slime begins to rise up over the bank. It's just a matter of moments before our intrepid interlopers are consumed. And then a subtle series of electrical probes will steer the slime towards nearby Ulsa. If the slime indeed consumes the town, we know it'll be effective against our enemies as well. True, sir. Too true. Scrash. I don't know what that sound is. But then you get what you pay for when you deal with Herbert Gutman. My word. Now what? The panel was set up weird. Marauder? He comes in, like, I want to know, did he come in with a kick? Because he's kicking that guy while he's pulling that guy up. He's punching that guy in the background. That guy has a knife. That guy kind of looks like he was shooting at him, but no one was ready. That guy's holding a tear gas canister. Just a very unnatural scene. I mean, it looks cool. It looks cool how it's presented, but like when you actually try to think of how everyone got there, it doesn't make sense. He striked from out of nowhere, a shadow in the night, unexpected and mysterious. Before they can recover their equilibrium, the terrorists fall like wheat before the scythe. It's kind of a weird line. Someone was really feeling the writing that week. So you get another team talk. And it's pretty much more kids being like, I love it. I like the bikes. I like it. Show the bike in 3. I mean, I'll leave it up for a minute if you want to read it. I didn't really feel like there's anything good. I used to say I feel sorry for these kids. I don't think they exist. First, they put this cool Ghost Rider ad right here. Let's zoom in on that for a minute. And I think they wrote these letters, honestly. I mean, I know they did used to get a bunch of letters. More ads, Muscle Man, UFO Flying Disc. Just a lot of the ones we've seen already. There's a Finnish High School. One of those little insulting ones. So you have Marauder. This is a very wordy book. Who are you? What do you think you are? No, that's the panel for the controls of the electric probes that guide my slime. No, let me dump more expletive on you. I just noticed the red suit with the white blazer. Kind of a nice look. Marauder goes to it, as if he'd known where it was all along, and programs it as if he were intimately aware of its design. Oh god, this guy must have like some sort of technomancy powers. Then, without a word ever have been spoken, he disappears. You know what he is? He's kind of like a motorcycle Mary Sue. Just instantly knows everything, can just fix everything. Like, anything goes wrong, Marauder's going to show up, and it's like, oh, it's fine now. What did you do to my machine? I can't reset it. Good Lord, the slime! It's been redirected here! Come back, don't leave me here! There's no answer. He's dark and alone. Kind of a poignant scene. Save the rev-beating roar for Team America race, being kicked into gear. You, the two I thought had been consumed by the bayou. We regained consciousness, just in time, fat man. No thanks to you. 'Cause you're so fat. Don't bear a grudge, my boy. Take me with you, I'll pay anything. This bike can only take 2 at a time, mister. But stay put. After I get Eve to safety, I'll be back for you. Though I don't know why. And he just kind of like falls as he drives by him. No, please! I've tripped over the control cables! I guess those are the shocks. Aye! Don't look, Eve. Gutman's paid for his crimes. Ironically, by tripping over the very cables that directed his slime. I don't really think that's ironic. Well, the real irony is going to be if we don't make it out of here. The slime is flowing all over the sweet waters. It'll consume the entire chemical works. We've got some fancy riding to do if we're going to escape ending up as dessert. Ride, Reedy does. Like never before. I really like how she looks in this panel. Reedy, it's gaining on us. That's not the worst part, Eve. We're cut off. Oh, how are they going to get out of this one? But a means of stopping the slime may have just driven up on the other side. Hang tight, Eve. We're going to out-Evil Knievel. Ready, you did it. That's incredible. I know. I'm so cool. But watch, what's going to happen next? Hey, are you crazy? I might have killed you. I guess it's a bunch of oil. On your way to deliver fuel to Sweetwater Chemical, friend? Dang right I was. Till you and that dang blasted flood cut me off. That's no flood, fella. Just sit back while old R.U. Reedy delivers your cargo. And it's like, via Cannonball Express. And it just crashes in there and catches on fire. The truck smashes through the railing and barrels into the bayou. The living water reaches for it and surrounds it hungrily. The tanker itself consumes thousands of gallons of oil, spill out, and mingle with the slime. And before the vast quantity of fuel can be absorbed, Herbert Gutman's electric probes, still guiding the slime towards Sweetwater, ignite the oil and the night. Just big explosion. As Cheech and Chong would say, there goes the works, baby. Up in smoke. And that is a movie. That is a Cheech and Chong movie. Interesting reference for a kid's comic. His arm's also yellow. Reedy, you did it. You destroyed the slime. But who's going to pay for my oil? His oil? His oil. Ha 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 ha. Now wait just a minute. I don't see what's so dang blasted funny about robbing a man of his livelihood. Hold on to your hat, friend. We weren't laughing at you. Here, take this. I won it this morning. It should pay for your oil and your truck. Don't worry about being broke, Reedy. I'll buy you dinner. The end. So yeah, great ending. Team America really didn't get involved, though. And they really cram a bunch in the end here. So you have The Thing versus something called Machine Man. Cool looking Spider-Man and the Will-O-Wisp. Spider-Man teams up with Daredevil. And then a Ghost Rider. So, you know, bullpen bulletins, if you want to read these. Got these two ugly-ass kids here. Wow, 24 free scratch and sniff stickers. See, that's the thing. Like, you're making Cheech and Chong jokes, and while advertising scratch and sniff, who's this for? So, Honcho's Racing Hints. And you know what? This is actually surprisingly accurate information. Unlimited Class Racing is the hairiest no-holds-barred competition in motorsports. But in any race, the bottom line is the same, to win. In the straights, speed is mostly a matter of horsepower. But what about in the turns? Every turn slows a rider down. The tighter the turn, the slower the going. The secret to going fast through turns is to diminish the angle of the bend and to straighten them out. Yeah, it's called the apex of the turn. I mean, these aren't really exactly accurate depictions, but that is how it works. Here's a typical 90-degree turn. Are You Ready takes it, the way most people would. He follows the bend too slow. Wolf has the right idea. He starts at the far left edge, and then peels off, just climbing the apex, the inside angle of the turn, and continuing past the outside edge. You know, if you ever played Mario Kart, that's how they jumped in front of you. Here, both riders are following a series of S-turns. Reedy follows the track, banking in each turn, which can be fun. But Wolf follows the straightest line he can, clipping the apex of each turn, running right up the middle of the track. That's the racer way. A really good panel here. But most of the time, you can't straighten a turn completely. You've got to lean into it. To hold that line, you have to transfer weight to the inside of the turn. The more you lean, the more weight is transferred, and the faster you go. But there are limits to how far a bike can lean. Beyond them, something scrapes, or the tires run out of adhesion, and down it goes. The racer's way to get more weight transferred without more lean is by hanging off. Watch Reedy. Every little bit helps, but Real Pro hangs completely off the seat as he goes into the turn, skimming the knee above the pavement. I mean, don't skim your knee. Unless you have, like, the proper equipment for that. Like, there's proper equipment for that. And I mean that, again, like, the right idea here, how you're drawing it is wrong. These tips are for the track, not the streets. On the road, there are no trophies. And the watchword is safety first. That's how the pros do it. He looks like a tool. You know what he looks like? Fucking butthead. I'm gonna get a babe on my motorcycle. Honcho's racing hints. Some of the most spectacular riding of all happens when the bike gets airborne. A good rider can make a dirt bike fly. As Cowboy approaches the jump, he keeps his speed steady, trying to hit the jump as straight on as he can. He backs off the throttle a little, then gasses it as he hits the jump. He keeps it open once airborne. He stands on the pegs in a crouch, with his weight towards the rear. The further back he keeps his weight, the steeper the touchdown angle will be between the front and the rear wheels. But remember, that back wheel lands first. Yeah, usually if your front wheel lands first, you're going to go over it. On the landing, as the bike rear wheel digs in, Cowboy rolls the throttle, easing his weight forward, leaning on the bars to bring the front wheel back down. And then he's off, headed for the next jump. And you know, that's the thing, like, they showed Reedy do that weird right angle, like, jump earlier, and they talked to someone to make these. You know, because whoever was working on this didn't ride motorcycles, at least not, like, professionally. He might have had, like, a hobby bike he rode, like, a few times a year, but this is actually good advice. You have this really cool ad on the back where you get all these miniatures and it's some sort of tabletop game. I would love this. I mean, they're probably little, like, paper pogs, but I don't know, it looks cool. But that's all we got for you in this week's issue of Team America. So what'd I tell you? It was great, right? I mean, it was goofy, it was silly. I really like seeing them fight a non-human. Like, I guess the closest non-humanoid they got was a giant cyborg thing that looked like Ant-Man. But it was still a humanoid. You know, this is at least, like, it's a puddle. You can't get much more abstract than that. It was really goofy. It was really great. I mean, I really liked it. It made me like Reedy's character more. I didn't really like him too much before. And, you know, I'm going to bring this up. And if you are from this culture, I do not mean this as a personal offense to you. But where I'm from, a lot of people from the South, they say daddy. And to me, someone that's not from the South, someone that lives in California, it sounds weird, especially because of the sexual connotations people put on it. Now, first off, I want to say, if you have a partner and you're calling each other daddy, mommy, baby, that's all weird, cuz, I mean, like, seriously, like, dude, if I was being intimate with a lady and she called me dad, instant turn off. Just instant turn off. So that's my frame of mind. So you get these people from the South and they'll be like, oh gosh, imagine how daddy would react if I brought a girl like that home. But I'm not talking about little kids. This guy will be like 30, 40, 50. I mean, I think the oldest one I seen, it was a grandfather, and he still referred to his dad as daddy. And I get it's like a cultural thing for you guys. That's just what it is where you are. Sounds weird to other people. I'm sure a lot of the stuff I say sounds weird to you. But what I'm getting at is that's kind of what I thought Reedy's character was before this. He was like, oh, daddy wanted like this, daddy wanted like that, daddy's money, blah, 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 blah. That's what I took from him. But, after getting that little insight into his backstory and his reasonings for it, like his father disowning him, like his reasoning for wanting to pay him back, it made his story more tragic, but also more touching and personal and more believable for me. I also thought it was funny, this was the first time the rest of Team America didn't really get involved. Unless you count Marauder, and I mean, like, he's in every issue. He is loosely defined as the spirit that is Team America, but he, I might not even be a thing. He might be like a spirit, an actual spirit. But my point is, I don't really count him as part of Team America. He still showed up and he kicked someone in the nuts, I'm pretty sure. Squaw in the balls. Now, as for the Captain Planet little power scaling thing, I'm just going to look at Reedy by himself. And no, I do not think he could defeat Captain Planet. I don't even think he could go toe-to-toe with Captain Planet. Actually, though, in this issue, if it was this specific issue, they would team up because it's environmental waste. Reedy was helping the environment, so Captain Planet would be like, hell yeah, you're my favorite planeteer. I don't know, this book, though, I felt so good after reading it. I loved it. Like, I was sick, like, a few weeks ago, and I was just feeling, like, worn out and dragged down. I was like, oh, boy. Just, everything seemed like a bit of a chore until I picked up this book, and it just turned my day around. It was, like, perfect. It was like seeing a good movie for the first time. You know what? It was like when I was a kid, and I went to Mayhem Fest. I believe it was 2007. The headline in order was Mastodon, Dragon Force, Disturbed, and Slipknot. And at that point in my life, I never heard of Mastodon. I like Dragon Force, but going to their concert made me realize I don't like it, because I was like, oh, is this the song I wanted to hear? And by like the fifth time, I realized I can't tell any of their songs apart. Also, they're a studio band. They sound great on an album, but live, like, they could not balance that singer's high-pitched, like, screeching with the instrument, so it was just out of sync. It sounded terrible the whole time. Then Disturbed came on, and oh my god, dude. I was like, wait, they do that song? Wait, they do that song? I love all these songs, and that's how I found out who Disturbed was. And, oh man, that was an eye-opening moment. It completely changed a course of my life, just knowing what to Google to look all those songs up. And that's a bit what this book was like for me. It's just a big eye-opening, like, oh my god moment. I think it's my favorite of the Team America books so far, even though it's the most removed. Like, it has the least to do with Team America, in a way. It's definitely a winner. It's definitely a winner. It's definitely one of my favorite books in my collection at the moment. Like, if someone came over and they're like, show me something you read you really enjoy, that might be like one of the first things I pull out. That or anything from this section of the bookcase right here. Not Rush Limbaugh, I Told You So. I bought that because I saw it at a yard sale for $1. And I was like, oh, this sounds funny. And you crack it open, and it is indeed hilarious. It's just him very butthurt being like, see, I told you. I fucking told you. Maybe if you'd like me to review anything on my bookcase, say so down in the comments. I would be happy to actually have an excuse to read some of this again. Okay, I'm realizing right above that is the Turner Diaries, and I don't think I can read that on YouTube. That book, I read it because of its use in certain crimes and my research of crime history. And I gotta tell you, the story in that one is just like, oh boy. It's pretty basic. And it's, if you want to understand how certain groups think, it is a great window into their mind and to understanding their psychology. Anything beyond that, though, I don't recommend it. I got Conan, I got the Black Cauldron here. Got all the Greek myths. Yeah, maybe I should expand out a little bit more than comic books. Maybe like once a month I should try doing a full book review. Well, anyways, that's all I have for you today. I'd like to thank you if you've made it this far in the video. You know, it really helps me the more like airtime I get on the video, the further people get. You know, I'd really like to see this channel grow and become a little bit more. Oh, I almost forgot to bring this up. So the microphone, yeah, I didn't use the microphone this week because I'm still testing it. I'm trying to get used to it sounding consistent. I don't 100% like how it sounds, but I think I'm still experimenting with where it's supposed to go and whatnot. But that sound quality will come. You can see in my other videos on the kids channel. I've tried using it a bit, and pretty much every video it sounds different. So I want to get it sounding consistent before I bring it here. You know, that product's a work in progress. I don't want to, like, experiment around with this, especially with these videos taking so long compared to the other channel. Well, anyways, that's all I've got for you this week. Again, thank you if you've made it this far in the video. And I hope I see you back here next week. Again, I'm going to be doing The Gift by Chick Publications. And, I don't know, you know it's going to be wacky. Like, to me, if you come here for the Christian comics, you're coming here for one reason, because you're Christian, which, I don't know, I think I get a few of you guys. And then the other half is I figure it's people, you know, cringe culture is fairly big in our generation. I think it's people who want to cringe out, as they say, at the cringiness of it. And I mean, it's great for that. It's hilarious. It's not self-aware at all. And, you know, I figure the people that don't want that, they're probably coming back for, like, I don't know, Hellboy. You know, I'm going to be doing more Hellboy here soon. But we'll both just have to stick around to see more of that, won't we? Well, till next time, stay safe. And remember, just like Reedy, no matter what you get yourself into, it's never too late to start working at trying to make it better.